Herzlich willkommen hier aus der SWT-Arena. Es sind Playoffs in der Barmer 2. Basketball-Bundesliga Pro A. Grund genug, um uns nochmal hier zu einem kleinen Interview zusammenzufinden und über die vergangene Runde, das Viertelfinale gegen Münster zu sprechen, aber natürlich auch auf die bevorstehende Aufgabe gegen die Fraport Skyliners aus Frankfurt. Am Freitag um 19:30 Uhr empfangen wir die Frankfurter zum ersten Halbfinalspiel hier in der SWT-Arena. Und daher möchten wir vorher die Zeit nochmal nutzen, mit unserem Headcoach Don über die bevorstehende Aufgabe zu sprechen. So Don, thanks for your time and hello. So we sat here a few weeks before the playoffs and talked about what is happening in those important weeks of the season. Now the first round is already behind us. So let's talk about it and how satisfied are you with the team's performance?
Well, first we'll talk about the playoff series with Münster. So to be quite honest with you, I'm extremely satisfied because we had certain goals that we were trying to to meet and achieve during the course of those games. We wanted to have a rebounding plus, okay. We wanted to keep them below a certain point total. Our general the general number is below 77 points. So that's a team goal for us for the year. So on those 2 points, I was completely satisfied. So we first 2 games of the playoffs, we had a serious rebounding advantage, which was good. We had games in the 70s for all 3 games, which was good. And I thought we executed offensively really, really well at times. So the basic points of our team, our team defense, our rebounding, and our offensive execution were all pretty much on point. So it was a good series, and obviously I'm completely satisfied with winning 3 games and getting the rest that we need for the next round.
Like you said, it was team wins in the 3 wins against Münster. So we saw like team-oriented basketball, like in the regular season. Usually you have like in the playoffs the situation that coaches are shortening the rotation and let their stars get the balls and the shots. So how do you handle this situation with a big roster and huge roster like we have?
Well, we're probably not going to change anything because what we've been doing all year long has actually been very, very good for us. So I don't know. Our roster is definitely a little different because Marcus is still unable to play, and he'll practice a little bit this week, I think. So that definitely shortened our roster for sure. But it's roles that we've been used to. So we've played without Clay, we've played without Marcus, we've played without B. So we've had games where important players have been not available to play on that night, and we've produced, very successfully, and we've played very well. It's a testament to the way our team is built. Our team is built on balance. It's not a star-oriented team, and just in the playoffs, on any one night, 1, 2, 3, 4 guys can really have a good night. Guys like Evans, Clay, for example. These guys that are not playing the minutes that they might play on another team, okay, they have a tendency to step up. Marco Hollisbacher, I can go through the list. Mm-hmm. Martin Linzen, Marco Bacek, all these guys have had really, really positive moments throughout the season and positive moments in the playoffs. So we're looking to keep things pretty much the way they are.
So in the last press conference after the last home win against Münster, you said that it's very hard for you as a coach to win, or as a team to win 3 times in a row against the same team. Why is that, and what did you tell the team between the games?
I just think it's the nature of the playoffs, especially anything that's 5 or 7 games now. Mm-hmm. In Japan, the playoffs were best of 3, so that doesn't really factor in. But basically, teams get used to the other team. They know what their offense is. They know what their defense is. They know what their strengths are. They know what their weaknesses are. There's a mental approach. Okay, once you've beaten a team 2 times, pretty easily, can you get the same mental positive energy to play them a 3rd time, within a 4-day, 5-day period, and still have the same mental edge and physical edge in that game. So that if you follow the NBA playoffs or any playoff series that's more than 3 games, you'll see that. Teams will come back and dominate the first 2 games and then lose the next 2. So it's it's something that I like about our team. I think this is a great team. It's one of the best teams I've ever coached for a lot of reasons. Okay, they have great balance. not only as basketball players, but on the mental side. They've got a really good aura about them. They've got a great vibe about them. We played our last game against Bremerhaven and then had Münster in the first game, and it was like two different teams. So I think our team is up for the challenge. They know what's at stake as we go into this next round, and I think they're gonna definitely be ready to perform both mentally and physically.
Yeah. So talking about the mental side of the preparation, we talked about it in the last interview, and I think the team did a really good job against Münster. How do you prepare the team for the now even more important games against Frankfurt on the mentally side?
The one thing that we did, okay, so we had a mental, we had a high performance trainer, mental trainer come to our team in the summertime, Viertefinalserie, and he was a young man that I worked with many years ago when he was here as a player, and he's gone on to be a very successful businessman and has his own business where he focuses on helping corporations and teams with this side. So our mental preparation didn't start, like last week or in the middle of the season. It started in August, and the team actually set up some actual goals that they wanted as a team, talking about culture, American, emotional control, team grit, team toughness, what they wanted from themselves as a team. And they set those goals, way back in the summer, and we completely revisited that during the season. So Vertran's been back 2 or 3 times during the year to do a little checkup on us as coaches and on the team. And so it's been an ongoing process, just like training for basketball. We've been training for the mental side. Now, what does that mean in the next round? It's human nature. We're hoping for success. We're prepared for anything that can go on, and but it's something that we focused on. We focused on a lot, and I think it's been very positive. Both the experience that we as coaches have gotten from the players, I think the experience that the players have gotten from us as coaches, and we had some great help from Vertran and kind of giving us some overview of things that work with highly successful organizations and things that don't work. So it's been a good year for that.
Cool. So let's get to the maybe most important question today. What are you expecting from the semifinal series against Frankfurt?
It's probably our biggest challenge of the year. I think, as I told you, when the Pro A season started, there were 4 or 5 teams that were destined to be BBL teams. Okay, they were set up. Their budgets were set up. They just came down from First League. So obviously, when you come down from First League, you think, okay, we can get back in it next year if we just do this, and this. So those teams were Frankfurt, Jena, Gießen, and Bayreuth, okay, and Hagen. Those are the 5 teams that I thought were set up to be BBL type teams. And I think Frankfurt was the best one of those. Okay, their budget obviously is extremely good, and the depth of their players also the same thing, extremely good. They added a player late to their team, probably about 2.5 months ago. That's been a pretty good impact player for them. They've got good younger players, and they've got some very good veteran players. So it's a very balanced team like us. They're not a 1, 2, or 3 star team. They play extremely good defense. They led the league in defense to start the season. I think they were 12-0. They've been very efficient offensively in a variety of ways. It's a little bit like us. It could be this guy on this night, or it could be that guy on this night. So it's basically 2 teams that are going to really mirror each other. They're very solid defensively. They're very good rebound-wise, and they're very good at executing offensively. So I expect an extremely difficult, hard-fought, challenging series, and hopefully we come out on top.
Okay, perfect. So have you been following the other playoff games in the Pro A, and what is your impressions of the other Pro A playoff games?
Surprised, not surprised. I mean, it's the playoffs. It's like whenever I was coaching here, my 9 years I was coaching here, the cup games were always really interesting. Like it's the cup. Anything can happen, you know, and it's a little bit like that, okay? I was surprised that Gießen did lose, but Karlsruhe is a really good team, as we know. And, you know, I thought that was a really hard-fought series. The Hagen-Kirchheim series, again, I think Hagen was the better team and was my pick for the team to come out of that series. But again, I said it early in the year, this league was really, really balanced. The bottom teams, I mean, Paderborn was just such a hard-fighting, great team that played everyone really, really close, but unfortunately, you know, didn't have the gas to go up top. So the league's very balanced, and that I think you could see that in the playoffs as well.
So is there anything you would like to tell our fans before the start of the semifinals?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously I would be crazy if I didn't say I wasn't satisfied with, you know, with our team's success, okay? I had a pretty good idea we could be good. I was telling people that early. I said, hey, we could be good. And so from the team point, I think we achieved a very high level, a good standard, okay? And what I was hoping for was that our fans would pick up on that, and obviously they did, okay? There's no, without question, this is the best arena to play basketball in the Pro A, and it may be one of the best arenas to play basketball in Germany, which is why my goal has been and still is to get it to the BBL level. That's, you know, that's why I came back. And the fans have been a huge part of that. So the support they show by coming out, the support they show online, these things have been great. And I think our sponsors have realized, hey, this is something special. And more sponsors have come out. Our sponsors are willing to do more. So for me, the total package of the last 8 months since I came here and we started practicing in August has been totally outstanding and totally satisfying. And I can only thank the fans, and I can thank the sponsors for their support and getting behind us. But as you know, I need more, and I'm going to ask for more. Please, please, please. It was funny because I told one person we tried to get us to sponsor us, and I said, for the price of 2 new Porsches, we could have a really good team. and luckily, you know, Achim and Andre and the staff did a good job, and we've gotten some additional financial support, which has really, really helped, and hopefully that can continue.
Cool. Thank you very much. So let's come to the last question for today. With all your experience, is Don Beck nervous before the game on Friday?
All right, your last question about being nervous?
Yeah.
There's always a sense of there's always a sense of what could happen. Honestly, I'm not nervous. Mm-hmm. Okay, I've got a very good team. I'm comfortable with what we've done. I think the players know what's at stake. They are prepared mentally. They're prepared physically. They're prepared by our coaching staff. And now they have to go out and execute and do things at the highest level possible. You know, probably we have to play our best basketball over the next series of games. And what happens, happens. I mean, I've been on both sides. I've been in 10 championship situations. I've won 5, I've lost 5. And I know both sides of that coin. And but I'm very, very confident. I feel good about our group. And you know, I know we're playing with the home court advantage. It's going to definitely help. And you know, whatever happens, happens. But for me, it's been a highly successful season, and I'm hoping it would be the most successful season they've ever had here in Trier.
Okay. Thank you very much. So, das war unser Interview mit Headcoach Don Beck kurz vorm Start der Halbfinalserie gegen die Fraport Skyliners aus Frankfurt. Am Freitag, den 17.05. geht es los hier in der SWT Arena um 19:30 Uhr mit dem ersten Heimspiel. Kommt zahlreich in die Halle, unterstützt die Mannschaft, ihr habt es gerade gehört. Vielleicht wird es die erfolgreichste Saison in Trierer Basketball. Wir hoffen es. Und ihr könnt ein Teil davon sein, also seid live dabei, kommt in die Halle, unterstützt die Mannschaft. Wir sehen uns am Freitag. Bis dann.